Please like, subscribe, share and give it out to the world.
Hello everyone, George here. I'm with Sarah Casper, who is an old colleague of mine from Tropica.
Yes.
And we've worked together a few times, and I've been kindly invited into Sarah and Tommy's beautiful home, and I had to show everyone these beautiful shrimp. These are the most beautiful shrimp I've seen in a long, long time. What are they, Sarah?
They are Caridina, let me see if I get this right, Caridina cantoneus, which is otherwise known as bee shrimp. And these are the, I always think it's the typical bee shrimp, so the white and red ones, but these are quite high grade.
And you have a selection of different kind of varieties, don't we?
With the different gradings.
Yeah.
We do. In this tank, it's just this species. I don't think we have any Neocaridina davidi in this one.
No.
But we normally keep one colour of each species in the same tank together.
Yeah.
And we do. We have a low grade cherry shrimp.
Okay. And according to the different markings, like the red markings, they have different kind of grades and different names, like triple S grade, a double S grade.
They do.
Do you know what they are?
So I think these are all double and triple S.
Wow.
But the colour patterns that they have are also quite important as well.
Yeah.
So we've got some that have got quite rare and desirable colour patterns, and the colour patterns tend to be based on flowers in Japanese.
Oh, okay.
And there's things like if they have a red dot on the shoulders with or without a white dot in it.
I know there's one called a full stop sign, because it's a red circle with a white stripe through it.
Yeah, there is.
It's always quite interesting. So you've got a racking system here.
Yes.
It's 3 separate tanks. We'll work through our way through each one because I've got some really interesting plants in here too. This is Hydrocotyl tripartita mini.
Yes.
And then you've got some rare rotalas, is that right?
Yes, we've got a mix of rotalas. This one I think is actually orange juice. But if I check the name, let me have a look at this one. This is... Which one is this? Shimoga, ADA in vitro. So that's a new one, but we don't think it is actually Shimoga, which is a pity.
It's some sort of rotala.
It's a rotala.
So like a rotundifolia variety, isn't it?
It is, it is. They're all varieties.
This is beautiful, this moss.
I know, I love that moss. Should I put my hand in for scale?
Yeah. So this is mini Christmas moss.
It is.
And it is so dinky and
Tiny. And it's quite dense as well.
Yeah. And you are injecting CO2 in here?
Yes, we are.
We've got a manifold.
We have.
Cool. So you've got some Bucophalandra Kerrigang from good old Tropica. I recognise that on Aqua Decor. And this is interesting, this piece of Philandra.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Like a bluey...
Well, I like it because it looks copper in some lights and other lights it looks blue.
These shrimps.
Yeah, the shrimp are working hard, cleaning the tank for me. That's why I feed them.
What do you feed them?
Pure Nordic.
Okay. Never heard of that.
Yeah, this one.
Bit of a light for me?
Yeah.
And where'd you get this from?
We actually know the guy that makes it.
Oh, wow,
so
okay.
we've bought it direct from him in the past, but we normally buy it online or from Una Martin.
Okay.
But we feed them day by day, and the mineral, which is this one.
Well, you really get the iridescence on the Bucophalandra here from the top. So, not necessarily scapes, but more a collection of plants and beautiful shrimp.
Collection of plants and shrimp.
And this is tap water.
Tap water.
Correct? And most people would say you need reverse osmosis and you remineralise, but you're having great results with tap.
We are, yeah. We only use tap water. We do transition all our shrimp over, and we try and buy ones that come from water with a similar TDS to ours.
Cool.
But yeah, just tap water.
So, and you've got some Ottos in here, I see?
We do. I think there's about 40 in that aquarium.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 60. I'm not sure how many we added in the end. We use this tank as a holding tank for Ottos and for the blue and white shrimp, as well as plant storage for some of the plants that we want to keep
you've got
going.
some Crips and some Palustris. This is the Prosopernica.
It is.
Anubias, Java Fern.
Yeah.
What moss is this? Is this like willow moss?
I can't remember. It's not a uncommon moss. It's one that's not very fashionable though.
Yeah, I think it's...
But I got it because I think it's got this lovely kind of origami fractal-like shape. Really interesting texture.
Yeah. And then we've got some more
Plant
holding
storage.
stuff up here. And some Neocaradinas.
Yeah.
You've got loads of Neocaradinas in your main Iwagumi display, so we'll have a look at those in a minute.
Yeah. These are all the low grades that we've taken out of the big 90.
So your TDS is 225, I thought. Is that right?
225 ppm.
ppm, and that's straight out of your tap? Or does it drop a little bit because of the soil?
It drops a little bit because of the soil,
Okay.
and these tanks are run very, very lean with the fertiliser.
Okay.
But we normally have about 320, 330 ppm out of
Oh,
the
this
tank.
shrimp's beautiful. He's a special one, isn't he?
One of the blue ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just catching his tail there.
There's one coming from around the moss over here as well.
Yeah.
I love watching shrimp.
What is it about shrimp that you love so much?
I like the way they move. They've got to have that almost kind of spidery, creepy movement.
Like an insect, aren't they?
Like an insect. But I just love the way they clean my aquariums because I'm really into having a good cleanup crew.
Mm.
Because I think if you have a good cleanup crew, you remove so many problems.
Yeah.
And it's the only way to get near zero algae.
It's really inspired me to get do a shrimp only setup.
Yeah.
I told you a story about I used to breed them when I was in the military.
You did?
I was quite lucky to have my own office.
That's really nice.
And yeah, I had an ADA 60p with a Fluval G6 filter. Don't know if you remember those. It actually had a pre-filter.
Did it?
Yeah.
That's really cutting edge.
Yeah, and it had two sections. It had one mechanical pre-filter, and then it had a reservoir for chemical media.
Oh, that was really
Yeah,
cutting
and it had a
edge.
built-in conductivity meter, temperature sensor.
Wow.
Yeah.
What year was this?
This was between 2010 2012. And they're really good filters, but they're expensive. They're £350 back then.
That was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, but they were good filters. And I did quite a lot of work with Fluval back then, actually. Before Awaze came along, obviously. And
Okay.
yeah, those are cool crypts. Okay, should we take a look at your Iwagumi? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, here is is it a 90p?
It is.
90p, yes.
It's had a big trim of Glosso at the front. And then the yellow tiny hydropiper at the back. It is a tiny hydropiper,
it is.
isn't it? Do you want to do the thing?
Oh, do the thing.
Go on.
Do the thing.
Tommy, you do the thing.
I can do it. I'll take it.
Yeah, you know, I can do that.
Okay.
I love this. Watch this. It's actually lifting, isn't it?
Yes.
Look at that. Doing, doing.
And
See all the
that's,
baby shrimp coming out now.
There's loads, isn't there?
Yeah.
yeah.
Look at all those. So there's literally hundreds of Bloody Mary cherry shrimp, Neocaridina davidii.
Yes.
Have you got any fish in here?
No.
No.
Not yet. It's nice.
Who did the rock layout? Was that you, Sarah?
It was very much a joint thing. Tommy shows the rocks, and we had some rocks at home. And then we spent about a month and a half tweaking the rocks.
Yeah.
We'd kind of walk through the living room, have a look at the rocks, and then pull the other one over and negotiate which one should be moved where.
Okay.
But just had it as a well, just with the soil and the rocks,
Yeah.
and then just left it for a long time
Yeah.
and just tweaking.
Yeah, do you want to be on the video? Yeah, well, you are now.
He's desperate to become a YouTuber.
Oh, yeah. If only I knew someone that was into YouTube.
George, by the way.
Hello.
I don't know if you, but here, you see here, we have these things, these pins
Oh, yeah.
that holds it down
Oh, wow.
in an attempt to actually
Stop it from floating up.
get it rooted back again. But the problem here is that the elatine is so dense, and it just spreads out. You can trim it. You can see over there I trimmed a bit of it along with the Glosso, and that springs back really, really quickly. It grows like crazy, but it spreads out, and then when it meets an obstacle,
Yeah.
it tries to spread out, and then it just starts lifting because
So they went to root, I guess.
it's got. If you look here, you can see it's just these very, very tiny roots here, and they don't hold anything.
No.
So when it spreads out,
Yeah.
it's a nightmare. So very beautiful carpet. I really like it as a carpet, but it's not
Those are the pins.
a long-term stable thing to have.
So these are the pins that you're using to hold the Elatino in. That's really cool. There you go. Do you want to pop that in? There you go.
Pass.
Press. There we go. So for those that are watching, Tommy's Danish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so is Vigo.
Vigo's Danish. And what filter are you running?
We're running the Eheim.
No superjet.
Well, I have a superjet.
Why don't you use
have been running on this.
Why don't you use a superjet?
Because the superjet actually uses more energy than that one, and the superjet's got a similar flow to the Eheim Classic 600.
Interesting.
I don't know if you want to compare the two.
A lot of people love these filters. I'm not a big fan because you can't even prime them, can you? You have to do it yourself, basically.
It's not that hard to do though.
Yeah, but there's no pre-filters there, or inbuilt in, yeah.
But I don't mind them.
They look great and they're good quality,
But
aren't
the
they?
Eheim Classic is quite nice as well. It's
This is the 600.
Oh, okay. You're showing off now, Tommy, aren't you? Showing off the filters.
Yes,
I'm
the
getting filter ends.
150 is over there. Do you want the 300 as well?
Yeah, go on then. Let's have a little trio of filters.
This
Is it brand new then? You never opened it before?
This is brand new, never been used.
Wow.
Oh my.
So
Normally has a little like pamphlet. Yeah, there you go.
There you
yeah.
go.
First, this went from being a video about aquariums to an unboxing
so this
video.
is the glassware.
Oh, it comes with glassware. I didn't know
Yes,
that.
it does. That's the 300. Put that down next to.
And the motors, the unique thing about these, the motors are on top, separate.
It was really close to land on
And
my
they're very
foot.
powerful.
Like the original Eheim Classic.
Version, and
So,
that's the
so what's this one?
That's the
150, 150, 300, 600, 900, 1200. And there's a 2400, but you haven't got that.
400, but that's
Two.
we don't have an aquarium big enough.
Okay, well there we have it. A lovely tour of Sarah, Tommy and Vigo's home aquariums, including their epic filter collection and vuppers. I dread to think how much money you guys have spent on all this equipment.
Over time, it's fun money.
Fun money, there you go. Tommy, what do you do for a job so people know how you can afford all of this?
My job is working offshore
Here we
Okay,
go
there we
again.
in the oil and gas business, and I will not recommend it to anyone.
Okay. I hope none of your colleagues are going to watch this video, or your bosses.
No, they know what
Okay.
my thoughts about offshore business is.
Okay.
It's necessary the way things are, and it will be for decades to come. But
No long-term future for
there's no long-term future.
We've got a final word from our friend Vigo.
Please like, subscribe, share, and give it out to the world.
Yes!
Bye.
Bye! Cheers, mate.